Happily welcome back to Manor and Brass, episode 13 with me, Sid, and in progress behind me, you can see what I consider one of the finest devices of Create. I threw together a very simple little cottage. It's not furnished, it's not decorated, it is literally just a shell. But what we should have at the end of this is this little street area done. Now we need to do something with this area and this area and a little bit with this area, maybe not that, maybe a tree or something, but for the most part this is just a quick thing, because today is all about blood and the power of blood, if you like, the power that we can get from utilizing blood as a tool and a source of magic. And we are obviously talking about blood magic. We've had a break from it last episode, but this episode we need to push forward. I've also completed the front of the house, and we shall go over and have a look at that. Plus the dining room I have completed, and I realised that I mentioned either on the last couple of episodes that I would show you what I'd done, and I haven't. So that's a quickie as well. We do need some flowers for these, because for some reason it didn't register the flowers, so we'll grab a few of those. We'll have some cereblossoms, because they're actually quite pretty, and there should almost certainly be some flowers around somewhere down here. There you go. I'm curious about this thing, but I'm not going to have it because it lives down here. It's not doing anybody any harm, so yeah, we'll just leave well enough alone, and we'll stick in a few mysticals while we're at it instead, and that should keep that happy. But that's complete. It is villager safe, so it will definitely work for any villagers we wish to place in here. And yeah, that should do us. Just gives us just this little generic space with, really not much more to say about it. It is just a cottage that is by the side, and we'll landscape a little bit better around here as well going forward. But let's head over and just have a look at the garden over at the main chateau, because that has changed, and the dining room. Let's not forget the dining room. There's still work to be done under there in both of the, for want of a better word, garage areas. There is a small field over there with onions in it. It's not exciting, it's just a field with onions. But other than this area here and the area, so all of this on this side where we need to do some work, and down here, I think I'm just going to make it look natural, well, wild, maybe with a little bit of vinage up the side there. This area is done. We do have, and I'm not sure whether I mentioned this before, but we've had a fairy spawner under there you go. And because I'm allied with the fae, these guys are friendly, so yeah, get fairies on demand. Are they fairies, or I'm never sure whether they're fairies or sprites or whatever. Yeah, the other area we need to do is down here, which is going to be the little boat dock. But and of course we need to do the inside of these two spaces, that one and that one. I haven't decided what I'm going to do with them yet, so no rush. Over here, very briefly, here's a dining room. It's set for dinner. You can got the here on the side, lots of clutter again, that kind of Victorian clutter that we're looking for. I've also put, oh hang on, let me grab you, let me put you away, put that and that away. These will come too, as well as, I actually, would you believe it, I lost my boat. So I have no idea where my boat went. I've had that boat, actually I've got no idea how long I've had that boat, if I'm brutally honest, but doesn't matter. It's just a boat. I made another one and done. Right, yeah, the garden is over this way, so we put a little bit of patio furniture out on here so we can sit down and we can enjoy a glass of wine whilst, you know, relaxing. And coming down this side, well, it doesn't matter which side we go down, we come out into this pathway area over here. What is that? Is that a hulking skeleton? Oh. Whatever it was, it's gone. That's just a bog standard skelly. Don't think there's much more out there, to be honest. There are some amazing mobs in that Chaos Reborn. Models at least. And yeah. So anyway, we've got a little path goes off this way, runs round. It's, you know, overgrown. We can sit and contemplate the quiet. Put a hedge, a little wild hedge, could go along here. Yeah, obviously somewhat treated because it's all one. That's a. I'm looking at that, going, what is that red thing? And it's the gate. Okay, yeah. Over this way, a bit more garden. We've got a little dining area and a barbecue area, barbecue pit. Come around here, more around this, just basically brings you around to this area which has no real function, it's just a thing. And yeah, I mean, realistically, none of this has any function. This is all just a thing. But I'm happy with that. I think that kind of ties this together. The only other thing I've done, which, well, a couple of things I've done actually. One is I have done the ceiling in here. So these are now enclosed on both sides. Still got this room, which I have no idea what I'm going to do with it. Hence why it's just sat doing nothing. And I've moved my bedroom up here. Needs decorating, but you know, slipstream generator for the win. And bonk. Right, that I think is everything. Oh, I added some flying candles and books to the area. I'm not 100% certain whether these work, but I like them and they can stay. A little bit Harry Potter-esque. Actually, to be fair, incredibly Harry Potter-esque, which coming from me is odd because I can't stand Harry Potter. And it's not an issue with the J.K. Rowling thing. I don't agree with J.K. Rowling's position, but that doesn't mean I disagree with their rights to have an opinion. So, yeah, they are allowed opinions. I'm just going to move down here a bit, get away from the water sound. It's more to do with the fact that I just don't like the book. You know, I grew up reading Tolkien, David Eddings, I'm trying to think, Fritz Leiber, obviously, you know, for Fard and the Grey Mouser, if you want to get stuff, original Greyhawk books, stuff by Gary Gygax, Terry Pratchett, who else? Raymond D. Feist. You know, the list goes on. There's Oh, Wizard of Earthsea, Ursula Le Guin. You know, the classics. Frank Herbert as well, for that matter. And the Gore series, which I can't even tell you things. Michael Moorcock, another author. Sorry, I've got a right tickly throat again. Original sci-fi authors and fantasy authors. And then along comes this woman who writes a typical high school... Sorry, this really is tickling. A typical high school rom-com style American high school thing with the usual, you know, bullies and mean girls and it girls and blah 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 and the friends. But it just happens to be in a magical place with a wizard school and has all of that thrown in. And all of a sudden, for some reason, fantasy is really popular and in vogue. And even though she had the sheer gall to sit there and say that she didn't think Harry Potter was a fantasy novel. Terry Pratchett actually called her out on it because it says, I think it's the wizards and dragons and griffins that give it away, or not an exact quote, but you know. Yeah, I'm just not a fan at all, and so consequently you can be pretty much guaranteed that you're not going to see me playing this bloody Hogwarts game, this open world thing that's everybody's raving about at the moment. So if you were looking forward to that, I'm sorry. If you were horrified at the very thought of it, you're lucky. You don't have to worry about it at all. How are we doing? Let's get 2 more and we'll see how we go with a couple of stacks. So these are necessary for getting demon wills, and my plan is to turn this on. Let's run it for a short while, turn it back off again, and let's just throw a whole load of these out and then get in there, and there's one. Wow, two demon wheels. Not particularly high quality, but that's fine. Got another stack now. These we used to do things like make tartaric gems and the likes. They're used as a power source for early stuff. Once you've got these, the next thing you are going to want to make is a sentient sword. So let's just do another run of that with the remaining 16, and that should be enough, I think. That was not what I wanted, was it? I think I may have even, yeah. Can't see the particles because I've got the particle mod to... This should get a few. Right, what did we get? 5. That's not bad. What else did we get? Mist form. Stunted mana. Sounds horrible. And that's scrap. That can go as scrap. We'll store that for later sorting. Right. So now that's in place, let's go. I'm not used to the fact I've got the storeroom there. Let's go and have a look at the Hellforge for starters. We're going to need one of those. So if I get everything that's... Oops, that did not do what I wanted it to do, did it? Get everything that I need for that. And then we need to look at a Tartaric gem, which is glass, lapis, gold and redstone. So let's make a few of those. Redstone, 1, 2, 3. Let's make 2. For now, I can always get more wills later, can't I? Gold, 2. Glass, not gals, glass, 2. And lapis, 2. And then we are also going to want a sword of the iron variety. I think that should do us. Let's head back over to the blood altar, where I should have a blank slate, which will allow me to make helps if you can remember the recipe. There's my Hellfire Forge, which can go there. And then I want to make battery. No, let's use a crap one. Boop, that's enough to make that one. That one maybe. So that gives me a couple of those. And then we can go with that and that. We'll make you. That could go in my necklace slot, and we can charge that up with that. So again, let's just turn this off. I don't know whether you can enchant this, I can't honestly remember. But that is getting will. Now what I do need to check also is that using up my life essence thing. So 1275. Uses demon will. No, it seems to have durability, but I didn't think these did. Just going to turn that off for a second. Grab all the goodies. and kill the last two of those. So what has that got me? Apart from a scroll of haste, a scroll of mana restoration 3, a scroll of flight 2 for 11 minutes. Interesting. Can disenchant that. And familiar stones can go away. So that didn't use any of my life essence. It appears to use will, so that's okay. Right, let's try and work out what on earth we need to do next. So we've done the blood altar, I've done the alchemy array in the first instance, and we've got a tier 2 thing. Tier 3, okay, rituals, ritual diviner. Look to upgrade it and you'll have the creative rituals and living armor as well. The armor is very versatile, blah blah blah. See, this is the thing, this demon realm, edge of so yeah, nothing there. So rituals, getting started, an activation crystal, and a ritual diviner. Okay. Stuff. Okay, let me work out what we need. I'm going to go and grab it, and I shall be right back with you. Alright, so the first stumbling block on the hurdle towards blood magic is the requirement for one of the rune markers. Let's have a look at the ritual diviner. So you don't need the ritual diviner, but to make an air ritual stone you need basically you need the ritual thing. So we need an air inscription tool, and that requires me to put a ghast tier into a tier 3 altar for 1000 life points. I don't have a ghast tier. I thought, you know what, let's just pop over. I can always repay it. Let's just pop over and visit a couple of the neighbours. Well, yeah. One of them had a ghast tier. The ghast tiers are really rare. I've seen people complain about the ghast spawn rates. And the only option we have to get a ghast tier is the nether. Which means I need to go into the nether. And I don't like the nether. However, there are a few things we can do to improve our chances. First things first. We can make a bunch of things involving Britannia, like a mana tablet, which we can then convert into a ring of mana, and we can also make a ring of magnetism. The only real drawback to that, and I'm very tempted not to turn the mana tablet into a ring at this stage, is I only have two. Well, I don't have 2 fingers, obviously. That much is clear. What I do have is a number of fingers where I am wearing. That's the mana lens, and I want to turn you into a magnetism lens. And then I need the mana to make a ring of magnetization, which, let's just put that away for a second. I'm not sure whether this consumes mana or not. Let's give it a try. Ring, actually, I'm not too bad. The rings are not my fire. No, the rings are not my fire thing, but the mana tablet is going to be required. And the ring, after I've recharged it, because might as well while I'm stood here, will go into my inventory, into my backpack, which has got Curse of, Hoover, the Tombstone Soulbound. That actually probably should. Can you be enchanted? Don't think you can. Which is interesting. Gone with the saturation charm and the fire resistance charm, because obviously, not having to eat and regenerate faster is going to be beneficial in the nether, because there's a lot of things that want to kill me out there. Virtually everything, actually. I mean, the zombie pigmen, not the zombie pigmen, the piglins will ignore me for wearing that, and the zombie pigmen will ignore me if I don't hit them. I've got a couple of 11-minute flight scrolls, so that's the thing. And did I? No. One of these, that's potion duration, so that's not going to help me. But what I will need is mana, which I also need my wand. Whoops. Which I have no idea what I did with it. So one of the problems of having so much stuff, of course, is you do lose track of your possessions very easily. That won't help me a great deal. Not seeing it. Let me go and find it. I'll be back in a sec. Alright. Preparations are almost complete. Just grab this last load of mana. There we go. Yeah, that will do. Now, it occurs to me that there is a problem on this server. Having spoken to, well, Pops is online now, and spoken to Frost previously and a few other people, the mob caps tend to reduce the amount of gas spawning in the nether, and obviously there are other critters out there that, yeah, they're, wow, come on, give me a break. No, that's not going to help me at all. Boop. Boop, 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 boop. Now make me. 30 still not enough. Make me some sticks. Preferably not out of oak though. Let's have a look. Make them out of that. There you go. Spruce for the win. And bang. That should be enough. If I need to come back and get more, I will do. So, there is a problem on the server, that is getting gas tiers, and the very thoughts of going up to and going into the nether real to get gas tiers, not my favourite idea. Now, there is a place where mobs shouldn't spawn. And that place is the roof of the nether. The roof, my voice is really going today and I don't know why. So it occurs to me that what we should do is, for starters, now let me just double check I am rocking saturation and that, yes. What we should do is aim, I haven't, hang on. Whoa. You see, this is why we don't like the Nether now. We're fairy friends. I've not done it on here then. Okay, that's fine. Oh, yes I have. It's there, look. Stupid me. Okay. So it occurred to me that the obvious trick here is to try and get to the roof of the Nether, find a Soul Sands Valley and build a gas farm at a high enough altitude that the mobs and the mob cap isn't actually causing me problems. Will it work? No bloody idea. Is it worth having a go? Absolutely. Mark of the Nether. Now, there is a spot there. If we look at F3, the block looked at, if we can find it, somewhere on that target block is at 127. So that is a valid target. However, why not just blink? Alright, this is it. We are at the roof of the Nether. Let me... Range torch. Let's get myself a waystone. Plonk it down. Just call it, actually we'll call it Nether Roof. We are going to plonk a slab on top, and there we go. We are now safely on the roof of the Nether. Now the next thing I need is my Crimson Compass, where I want to find a Soul Sand Valley. Start search. That way, 1800 blocks. Okay, let's just go for a walk. It's not going to be a very pretty walk, I'm going to say that much for it, but a walk it will be. And let me put myself a little pointer down, and we'll just keep walking, marking a nice little path as we go. Doesn't cost us out after all. And I will see you when we get a bit closer to where we need to be. Back in a moment. I don't know why the compass is still telling me that there's a Soul Sand Valley that direction in 1000 blocks. I'm actually in one. I've could go in a goodly distance that way, a goodly distance this way. Looks to be a reasonable distance this way, so I think this is as good a place as any to... I'll go for maybe about here. Now what we need to do is obviously make sure that our biome never changes. But let's just put this down as nether, and we'll start at nether. I'll call it the farms because, well, in fact, gas farm. It's what it's going to be. I don't know what other farms I'll do. I may do a gold farm, but again, there is a limit realistically to how much of this vanilla stuff we actually want to do. Right, we have a soul sand valley. We have all those that can be put away for now as well, as can that actually keep it down because otherwise I'll forget it, but the flight spell can definitely go for now. So now I need to go back to another portal if I can find it, hop through, ow. New problem with that mechanism of stopping the pigment getting in is there is a habit of missing my jump. Anyway, let me go and do a bit of research on optimal gas farming. I don't think I need it to be anything overly fancy. I just need to be able to kill them at a distance quickly and easily. Say like with a frostbolt spell. Just need to know how much damage I need to do. Back in a sec. Alright, I'm just out gathering materials for thing, and I've just come across, well, I think I'd found that before. I'm not entirely sure. I don't remember seeing it. Now the materials at the moment I'm gathering is magma blocks, and I will need about another stack. And again, I could find them very easily in the nether, but well, there's a reason I don't want to faff around in the nether. As you've already seen, everything in the nether hates me. So yeah, we are avoiding the nether wherever possible, and there are means of getting most of the things we need for this. It is based off of a video for a magma farm. Oh wow, I like this. I mean, yeah, I've definitely not seen this because there's still a this is going to be a problem, isn't it? Yeah, of course. Right, I'm going to have to magnet ring, of course, but I do want your waystone. I'll have your glowstone as well while I'm at it, and because it's probably easier than throwing them away, and you never know when you're going to want some flowers anyway. We'll preserve that. Now this mod, ow. I think this must be from the Better Villagers. I'm not sure. I cannot remember exactly what it's called, but just the I'll have your gold. Just the general decor and build of this is beautiful. I mean, that bed set into the ground, and that to give the more Japanese oriental style build, just genius. The thing is, the new block, or the new, certainly, well, new, the structure system that was introduced fairly recently would actually be more than capable of, well, it is more than capable because that's what they're using to produce this, but little temple in the middle there, look. Yeah, I'm not really worried about, I don't think these villagers are going to have anything that I actually, oops, hello, sorry sir, no, not that, anything much that I want, but just the look of the place is, well, I mean, well done. I don't know what else you could say other than well done. This is just such a nicely done thing. Right, anyway, this is not getting me any closer to gas tiers, unfortunately, but it is beautiful. I don't understand why Mojang don't just hire one or two of the builders, and I'm not me being way better than me, you know, because for one, you've got to be able to work with vanilla, and I'm half of what I do is good because of the modded blocks, not just because, I mean, obviously there's an element of artistic vision and whatever, but predominantly it is it's the block palette that helps, and certainly people like Good Times with Scar and BOO and some of those, they are absolutely phenomenal builders. You know, what's it? Pearlescent Moon. Most of, well, an awful lot of the Hermitcraft builders are truly superlative builders, but I mean, others obviously brilliant at redstone, but the redstone to me doesn't give you that fizz that you get when you find a new structure or something you've not seen before. And yeah, anyway, I need a stack and a bit more. It looks like we're getting on towards night time, so let me quickly sleep, and I shall go and hunt down some more surface magma blocks because there's plenty of them. I'll see you in a bit. Another thing I need is a few more wither roses because I am light now. This graveyard, oh hello, that's handy, I'm not light anymore. This graveyard was the source of my death, my one and only death on the server, and that must be therefore because there is a stinking acolyte spawner somewhere in this area, because there is an acolyte spawner somewhere in this area. They're hidden in here somewhere. There it is. Those things hit like tanks. So, yeah, that was not fun. I haven't actually completed going through all of this, to be honest, either. I'm not really bothered about any of this, to be honest. Let's that's the only, this is of course the only drawback to having a magnet ring because you pick everything up. Right, let's go back to my storeroom where I can add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those, and then you want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it says another 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But no, trust it. They know what they're talking about. Right, so what else am I missing? I'm missing, I don't need the rails, don't need carts, don't need collection systems like that at all. What I do need, apparently, is some white carpet. Or carpet, presumably. But the colour is largely irrelevant. Let's actually stick all of you away, because I don't need you. I do, however, need you. And glass. Right, let me just check. 1, 2, 3, 4 and a bit. So I need No, they went with white. I'm just going to go with clear. So 3 plus 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then a spare stack because it's glass, and we all know how that works out. So I think the only other thing then is going to be something like some barrels. We can take a couple of those. Don't think I've got any more. I really need to go through my boxes. I've got quite a lot of building materials here though, so I'm going to make a... Let's just take those just in case. And then the final thing is hopper hocks. And I need to check the range on a hopper hock as well. So where's my Britannia book? Does it tell me? That's the first question. Functional flora. Dooba-dooba-doo. Hopper hock. Mana is optional but will increase its range if provided. Placing item frames on adjacent inventories will specify which items can or cannot go in. I'm not worried about that. But I do need to know the range of a hopper hock, because I may need to make more rooms of air. If I do, that's not a problem, but I'd rather not. I've got enough to make a hopper hock, I believe, already if I need to. Let me just check. I'll be back in a sec. Alright, we need to make a number of things. First, we need those. I forgot the living rock. I need 8 living rock as well. There's always something. I had a quick calculation and I think I need between 6 and 8 hopper hocks and 6 and 8 collection barrels, but it's still, as far as I'm concerned, easier than faffing around with my carts. So, yeah, you know, such is. However, I do need more barrels, so let's do that while we're at it. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I definitely need living rock. I need 2 more. I need to do some more crafting of living rock, but that's fine. And I think I might actually try to make these floating as well. That way they'll give me what I need. Right now we need to go string, feather, carpet thing. Oh, and I need my wand, don't I? There we go. Fingers crossed we'll have enough mana to do a few of these. But this should be about the easiest way of doing it. We basically get ourselves a spawning platform, set ourselves up far enough away, and bish bash bosh. Job is a good one. I don't know why I brought 8, I only needed 4. I need 8 hopper hocks, but I only need to craft the runes 4 times. So, blob, blob. Off we go again. Luckily it doesn't. This is relatively low level stuff, so. With a bit of luck. Last craft of this lot anyway. I am going to come up with some better mana generation at some point. I need to work out where the hell I want to do my my Britannia stuff. So clearly I don't want to do it in a garage off the courtyard. And B, well, where I want to do my Britannia stuff. Still B. That's still got a little bit to go. Let's just run down here and let's craft some hopper hocks, and then I can worry about making them floating if I so desire. So we need 2 grey, 2 light grey, oops, 1 rune of air, 1 of them, and 1 of them. Splosh. Splosh. And repeat. Right, let me get these sorted, and to make these floating we need to put them on a floating flower. That just requires me to make pasture seed with any flower on some dirt. So, and I don't think the floating ones have got particularly lower range or anything, so maybe that's the way forward. Let me sort this out, be back in a sec. And that's why you never ever believe the numbers given in a tutorial, because you invariably end up having to come back to get the missing 5 magma blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In fact, I'm going to take the lot. Anything else? No, but I think I will jump over to the blood altar and just leave my blood magic stuff here, just because. And then I'm going to jump. It's only 3 levels, but if I jump straight back, then there's no likelihood of anything spawning up here because I'm in range. Right, so we got that. I need my glass, and I really do need to put a safety rail on this because I am feeling very, very vulnerable. Yeah, he says. I mean, I could just put me a lighter on, I suppose. That would be a suitable solution as well. Once he's lined up, you know, the odds of me pitching myself right over the edge are slim. Let me grab those. And I believe that there is at this level a line that goes all the way round. So I'm going to put this in first, and then we'll get this some bars that go over the top, which I need to just double check the design for. I'll say this is not my design, and I mean, this is easygoing Minecraft. Easygoing MC is the tutorial I'm following, but I've seen this before. I'm not going to say this is theirs either. That is the tutorial. It's a design which the community have somehow, or a community have somehow come up with, whether it was an individual or whatever. I'm not going to sit there and get into that kind of thing, but the 30 with the roses was a lie as well, so I could have gone with the ones I had, because I actually only used 25 of them. Yeah. The cake, that may also have been a lie, but this should work. Well, assuming we get gas spawning on it. Oh, I haven't got my silk touch ring on, have I? Doesn't matter. I bought extra for this very reason. Right, So this is that. Wither roses go here. We do need a thing over the top. I just need to double check what they are, but I think it's one every 3. So I'll just check that out and be back in a second. All right, I have revised a few things. So I've done a few tests. A hopper hock here, 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 and here is enough to cover this entire section. So 4 hopper hocks, not 8, which obviously is a bonus. I watched a video to the end and it went, oh yeah, you should have been building this really close to the bedrock and then go right up to the ceiling. So I broke it down, brought it down. That is, however, fine, because we're now going to pop in the wither roses and then we're going to go and put our AFK platform up close to the ceiling of, well, close to the build height of the nether. And you can hear there are definitely ghasts spawning beneath us. So this is a good sign. Now I'm tempted to relocate this over, just because I'd rather teleport in. Let's have a look. Nether ghast collection. Done. And that can go off the bottom there. And when get rid of all of the light from down here. I don't want this lit up any more than absolutely necessary, so mind you, it's not spawnable because this is thing, but you can see there that's definitely spawnable. So now I've got no idea whether those floating hopper hocks are going to be a problem. That's an issue because they emit light, and if it is, then we'll have to come back to ordinary hopper hocks. I need a bunch of that. Right, I should have brought sand. I bet I didn't bring any sand or anything, did I? If I'd have brought sand, then I could collapse this. But I didn't, so I brought a very small amount of gravel. I don't think that's going to help. Alright, well, we'll just have to go up to the top, build my teleport platform, and then come down really fast. But yeah, so 253 is what we're aiming for, and we should then, the spawning bubble should be right around us. There should be nothing spawning in the nether beneath, which doesn't look like a soul sand valley beneath us. But the compass, I got it back out and it definitely pointed to here. So the second time round when I put it in, he went, oh, actually you're in one, and I'm like, oh, thank you, that was handy. Now of course the issue here is I'm not sure whether I can see. I might need to pull out a night vision charm if I've got one. 253 is the magic number. 252, 253. 254 of course is the build height, but however I would like to go down 1, 2, 3, and I'd like to get myself a nice glass platform to live on with a roof, just because this ain't vanilla, and consequently we could end up quite easily getting something that spawns above our noggin. That needs to go. That is what I need out, because I want you. Another gassed AFK. Pop that away. Pop that off. Wonder whether I can get another. I can. Perfect. I'm not keen on having a block directly above the hoofer, just because it can, I don't know why I did that, it can cause grief if you're not careful. Not a huge amount, it's just you bang your head when you teleport in and it gets annoying. I'm not a fan of the nether noises. They are terrifying. But I suppose they're only noises. Much like words. They're very much like sticks and stones, aren't they? And words, they can't hurt you. However, what can hurt me is down there. Yeah, definitely need night vision. Just to see, I'm not. Well, I haven't seen anything spawning down there. Doesn't mean it didn't. Yeah, probably didn't. Right, stupid question. Do I have any form of night vision about my person? I mean, I might have a night vision charm. Or I might not have actually made one of those, which seems somewhat silly. Get rid of the magnet charm. Let's head. Do I want to waste the level? I mean, it's not like I can't get more levels, is it? Okay, charm. Use for one of those. Not invisibility. Definitely not the Spidey. Resistance. I'm fairly certain the night vision charm is, yeah, it's just a carrot. Which, it has been commented quite a few times by people that these charms are particularly overpowered, and I'm not disagreeing. They are overpowered. But they have the advantage, as far as I'm concerned, that they're fun. Can we see? We can't actually see, even with that on. Oh, I know what I did need to do though. Before I go walking out of that particular hole, that's not what I wanted. I needed to plug that up. And in theory, can I? No. That would be silly, I suppose. But if I do this, then I'm sealed in a box. So now I suppose what I'm going to do is I'm going to stay here in this box for half an hour. I'll come back in like 27 minutes of thing. I'll just AFK. And then we'll go down and see if anything spawned. That sounds like a rather good idea to me. So I'll be back in a mo. All right. Roughly half an hour has passed. Let us bang my head on the thing. None. Oh, we got 4 in that one. I mean, this is not that's not fast, but it is working. So this is all very good, isn't it? Let us get a screenshot. Bonk. Not seeing anything. I mean, I suppose there's a danger that they could fly off the edge when the gas dies. Although, like I say, the gas spawning really does seem to be quite low. But doesn't matter. We're on the roof of the Nether. I have my gas tiers, which means that I can now make the ritual diviner. At least I can now make that. Let's see what else we need. Block of lapis, we can do that one. Obsidian, we can do that one. Which means that things, and we need a weak activation thing, which needs me to do that. That is all doable. However, that little perler there, that little rare little smidge, and I'm just going to go back to the storeroom, just direct. That has taken far more time than I would have liked it to. I mean, lapis, that's fine. We've got no problem with you. And obsidian, we've got no problem with you. Of course, we do. Yeah, the ritual diviner is only so good. We also need this, which requires a demonic slate. Demonic slate comes out of a tier 4 altar, so I need to get up to tier 4. So I definitely do have to go in to get the dusk runes, because, yeah, we can't do it any other way. So that's going to happen. But we have got the ritual diviner, and we will pursue that next episode. I apologise, this episode has gone over long, and until next time, I will see you soon. Bye for now.